I'm non-binary, and I wholeheartedly reject gender stereotypes imposed on women, the idea that women should be meek and mild and people-pleasing and in service to the men in their lives. Like, fuck that shit. I'm not a woman, I'm not your maid or your personal assistant or your social secretary, and I really pride myself on being a genderqueer, outspoken person who is not held back by those expectations. But I do notice that they tend to come up in my erotic fantasies. For example, I recently, a year or two ago, had a series of really vivid and very potent bimboification fantasies where I was being transformed into a horny, willing, brainless sex doll who was there for my partner to use and abuse, with all of the sort of Barbie doll stereotypes that you can imagine of a sexually available female character who doesn't have a thought in her pretty head. Now, I literally resent and resist this archetype in the outer world on a daily basis. I position myself as an educated person who does not conform to those beauty ideals. And yeah, it's very hot for me to imagine being transformed into that kind of character in fantasy. So fantasy can be a place where extreme gender stereotypes that we've successfully resisted and outgrown can find expression, because when we're socialized in the gender binary, either we take those expectations on and we live in those boxes, and then the rest of us that doesn't fit in the box finds expression in our fantasies, or we bust out of the box, we live in the way that we want to the best of our ability, but then those expectations, which are very powerful, which society has heaped on us, they can end up going into the shadow of our sexuality and finding expression in our fantasies. So our fantasies are a playground where gender can manifest in all sorts of really interesting ways. And if you notice that your fantasies tend to have recurring themes that are different from how you do your gender in the outer world, it can be really fun to play with your fantasies and design them and tweak them and adapt them so that they try different things. I'm Blake Becoming, and I do shadow work for your sex life. Leave a comment if you want to learn more.